Hi there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tammy White from stampwithtami.com, and welcome to my online class. Today we are going to be playing with a brand new suite that Stampin' Up has put out called Let's Go Fishing. It's also my Stamp It Demonstrator Group's blog hop day. We do this once a month where a bunch of us get together and we have a common theme and we create a bunch of projects, and they are always amazing and inspiring. So I hope that you'll take the tour after this class. My Father's Day projects, actually, I have a bunch of them. I'm going to share how to make this adorable fishing vest. And at the end of this class, I have a bunch more in this series. So I have an entire series featuring the Let's Go Fishing suite. I'll share some of these and I'll have tutorials coming out for the rest of them over this next week. So I'm broadcasting live and welcome aboard. I see a bunch of you popping on already. It's great to see you guys. And I do have a giveaway this morning, and this is for our whole Stamp It blog hop. I always have a giveaway. It's always free to enter, but there may be different ways to enter each one. In this case, this is a blog hop entry, so you'll want to leave a comment on my blog, which is linked in the video's comments, or you can go to stampwithtami.com. And you can leave a comment on this blog post with you're going to want to go there anyways because you have PDF there and all the information for this class as well. So you can enter to win the birthday card organizer kit, which Linda and I shared a couple weeks ago. We shared the kits collection and some really fun things that you can make with the kits collection. So let's look at what we're going to make today and the suite. So we're going to make this adorable fishing vest, and you'll have to pardon I was photographing it, so I taped it shut. So I'm sorry for the tape on the inside, but I wanted you to be able to get a view of both sides of it. So cute, really easy to make too, and this suite makes it really easy to make fun stuff. So this is the stamp set. It's called Gone Fishing. It's perfect for masculine cards. Those man cards are so hard to find great ideas for, right? This one's perfect. And the coordinating die set is adorbs, right? So look at all these cute little, there's fishing lures and there's little fish. And I'll share how I did all these, but they are just so adorable. I love it. I love it. And in addition to that, there is a folder, which we're going to use. I used it on the front of this card. It's called Twisted Rope. It's a 3D folder. It's really fun. We're going to play with that when we get started. And the last thing that I wanted to share from the suite is the paper. I'll share it really quick. You're going to see it on a lot of the projects when I go through the suite. And oh, that is a good idea. Definitely, Tony. She said somebody was talking about the bobber making a very cute Christmas ornament. Absolutely. So there's more than just man and fishing cards in this suite. And the paper, right? Really loving it. Loving it. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with these papers, especially like this one. Love it. This is like a water themed here. We got maps. So possibilities are endless. All right, so let's get started with the stamping. So the first thing I'm going to do probably with this is let's start with stamping. What do you say? Start with stamping? I feel like I'm missing a piece of my inside of the card, but that's okay. I think we're going to go ahead without it, but I do see that I'm missing my my corner punch, which I really did need to do the corners, so I guess we might have to wing those. But we're still going to go. The show must go on. Awesome. Glad you love it. Welcome aboard, everybody. All right, so we're using Gone Fishing. We're using a lot of the suite, and I'm going to start by stamping the words on the inside. And that is Happy Father's Day. Again, you can change this for any occasion. I'm using some copper clay. This is one of the new ink colors. And just going to stamp that right. We're going to stamp it right side up because we think that reads better. Right on the top there. And then let's go ahead and actually, I did stamp another little goodie in there, but you guys can see that. Let's go ahead and make our card base, the vest card base. So I guess I'm going to improvise on the corners. We have the corner trio punch, and it punches this. So I didn't have to do any work. I just punched it, and it was boom, it was done. So that was super easy. And so we're just going to kind of wing that. All right, in the meantime, let's go ahead and do the base. So I've got some crumb cake that I'm using for the card base. It's 8 by 5 inches. And don't worry, you do not need to write all of these down. You can actually download a free PDF that I have for you. And it is at stampwithtami.com on the project page. You can get it while you're on there doing the block hop tour. So you get, it's all in one. You can enter to win the giveaway. You can download the free instructions with all the measurements on it. And in addition to that, you can take the block hop tour. So well, it's a win-win for everybody. So I've got 8 by 5 inches here, and I'm going to score this at 2 and 6 on the long side. So I'm going to use the scoring blade right here. And we're going to go 2 inches and 6 inches. And that's going to give us the center fold. So it's going to fold right in the center. Just going to burnish that so it folds flat very nicely. There's our fold. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the collar flaps. And to do that, I'm going to take a pencil or a pen, whichever you choose, and I'm going to go across the top 1.5 inches in on either flap and just put a little tick mark, and then down the side 1 inch down and make a little tick mark. And that's going to, I didn't feel like that was quite 1.5. There we go. 1 inches. And then we're going to use the scoring blade again. Oh, I'm glad you guys love this card. I was having some fun with it. I have on Saturday mornings, and it is a Saturday. Well, block hops are always Saturday mornings. It's the only time I'm usually on a Saturday morning, but I have a lot of fishermen out back on Saturday mornings, so I was kind of inspired by them. So I'm just scoring from tick line to tick line. So I just lined the 2 pencil marks up, and I'm just scoring right across. So that's going to give us the collar fold there. I'll just furnish that with a bone folder. So we have that. And then since I didn't bring my corner trio down, that's not a good one. Man, I'm just batting 1,000 today. Let's see how we can repair that one. I bet if I scored it down a little bit more, I could make that one work. There's always a way. And I'm not going to worry about the extra score line there either, because I'm going to emboss this, and I think that's going to hide it. So there we go. Perfect. Okay. We got this. There's always a way. There's a will, there's a way. What do you think for those corners? Let's go ahead and cut them with the paper cutter. So that way, if you don't have the trio corner punch, you could do it this way. Why not? So let me just measure it. Let's say 3/4 of an inch. We'll go tick mark. And then it's kind of the same as with the scoring, except I'm going to use the actual cutting blade for it. And maybe I'll just do the 2 edges here, just so you get an idea. But definitely the corner punch is way easier. Just a tip, if you have it, use it. All right, so I'm just going to line up those 2 tick marks here and cut, and that'll give us the same look. And then if you want, you can do the same thing on these edges here. Actually, I feel like we should do the same thing on those edges. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see. Those are centimeters for my European friends. Okay, so 3/4. And I'm going to actually cut these 2. So I'm going to cut it with it folded, so it cuts all the way through, both at the same time, so I don't have to worry about lining up the top and the bottom flaps. And good. Next one. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You know what I'm saying? All right. So there's our card front. Super easy, right? Told ya. Now let's go ahead and do some embossing on that, and then we'll do the rest of it. So I'm using this brand new folder because it's kind of cool. This is called the Twisted Rope. It's a 3D folder, so you'll want your number 4 plate with it. I'll just bring this in and zoom out. And you know what's funny? You guys, you know how I had to make a little extra score line? You already can't see it up there. But when I emboss, you're really not going to be able to see it. And if you guys think this vest card is adorable, what do you see the other projects from this suite? Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. Sometimes they're just so stinking cute, I can't stand it. This was one of those. I was limited on time, so I had to draw it. I had to draw an end to how many I could go, but I had some other ideas in my head, so down the road, you might see more. So I'm just putting this in the folder right up to the score line. So I'm just doing the front flap, and we'll have to do each side individually. And just run that through. There's that front. We'll do the same on this side. Just line that right up with the front score line. Boom. Boom. And there we go. So we got our front. Now, the next thing I did was I wanted this to pop. So I burnished, or not burnished, well I did burnish it as well with the bone folder, but I sponged with that same color that we stamped in. I just took a sponge dauber. Oh, the tackle box would make a super cute craft box. You are so right. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. And you could use the Crafting for You stamp set and put little pieces of the crafts in there, like the yarn and the needles and stuff. That would absolutely be adorable. I did make a tackle box card, so stay tuned to the end. I'll share that. All right, which way am I going to go with this? Let's see. I'm going to go the opposite way that I made the little marks, the pencil marks on it. So it's going to go this way because it can fold either way. You can fold it backwards too if you wanted it to. But let's go this way. So I'm just going to go around all the edges and just take this little sponge and I don't know, I thought it made it look like a little rustic and used and give it a little bit of pop and dimension and just look like a fisherman might look, you know, at the end of the day when he's all fishy. The only thing it's missing is the smell. There we go. Okay. So that's done. Now let's make some pockets for it. So for the pockets, I took the Countryside dies and I used the two smaller ones here. I cut one of each out of copper clay. So we've got this. And then we're going to take our trusty paper cutter back. And I'm going to cut from the smaller one from either side 3/4 inches. So there's one pocket. And then flip it around and do the same thing. And there's... Actually, I only used one pocket. I made it odd, so there was 3 pockets. But if you want to put 2 and 2, you can. You can go either way with that. But this I did use 2 of. So I cut 1 1/4 inch from either end. Okay. And then, so I'm just going to use 3 of these. I'll save one for the other when I make another one. I'm going to do the same thing with the pockets. Just kind of put some sponging on the edge and really make them look like they're fishy. It's a little ironic that our Father's Day blog hop happens to fall the day before Mother's Day, right? It is, but we did do Mother's Day last month. So the moms, hopefully you have your Mom's Day projects already made. All right, now the next thing I want to do is, fix that later. The next thing I want to do is cut some little holes here to tie up the front of it. So what I did was I got these hole reinforcements. They're from the TaylorMade Tags dies. So this die right here, they're hole reinforcements. They're circle ones. So you just cut it once and you get 4. So that's pretty cool. And then I went ahead and took from the Let's Go Fishing dies. I cut a bunch of these little, like the feather and the hooks and this little shiny lure, and I cut them out of, if you guys didn't see this on our last scoop video, oh my gosh, it's called holographic paper. And I was like, how perfect is this, right? So you obviously want your fishing lures to be shiny, right? So the fish are going to go after them. I'm like, perfect. So I cut some of the die cuts from the set out of that. And through the magic of video, I have everything pre-cut for us. And the only other thing I will point out is that, so see that on the holographic paper? It's shiny, right? Is that the hole reinforcements and feathers and the little hooks. Before I cut the holographic paper, I cut out a couple little tiny pieces of adhesive sheet and stuck it to the back of the holographic paper to turn the paper into a sticker. Because they're so tiny, adhesive will show through them, and that is a magic fix for anything. So the first thing we're gonna do is, let's put our little hole reinforcements in first, and then I'm just gonna I'm gonna cheat a little bit here and use my ruler and a pencil and draw little tick marks where I want to cut, and I'm going to kind of put them kind of close together here. So right there maybe, and right there. So just so I know where to punch. If you don't have a hole punch, I think this is 1/8 of an inch, but if you don't have one, you can also use the paper piercer works. That works great. And actually, before I punch the hole, let's go ahead and stick these on. Can't decide if I want to stick them on first or punch the hole first. I'm torn. See how easy that is with the adhesive sheet. No mess, no messy glue, no adhesive show through. Just peel and stick. Okay. Once we get those on there, then you can take either your hole punch or your paper piercer and punch some holes. So here we are at, and I did these actually. I moved down a little bit. These I moved them around. That's all good. Wherever you want them on your card. So then these, I kind of staggered them. When I said I had 3, I put like that, so they were odd. But if you wanted to do 4, you could put another small one there, because you're kind of making 2 at a time when you're cutting these anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these on. There we go. And I'm actually going to take, and I'm using Seal Plus to hold these flaps down, because I felt it needed the flaps. They wanted to pop up. They wanted to keep them. And I didn't want them to. So I use the extra strong stuff for that to keep them flat, keep them in place, keep them in line. Okay. So for tying it, if you wanted to tie it together, you can do that by kind of like you tie your shoes by Xing this linen thread. I did not want to do that. I just wanted it to be able to open close really easily. So to do that, I just took the linen thread and tied it through. Let me zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better. So I tied it through the hole, and I'm going to tie a knot in the back, but it would still, I think, look really cool if you tied the knot in the front. Either way, because it's part of the style of the fishing vest, right? You have all these little lines and thread and stuff hanging off it anyways. So that could go either way, and you could get creative with that. Oops, sorry. Did I slide off screen? Sorry. Okay. Oh, the nerves when I have to, anytime you're working with like tear tape where you have to peel a backing off or tie a bow or a knot when you're live. Ah! It's always something. Okay. So now here's where we're at. Right? It's adorable. So adorable. And now you just need to decorate it with all of your little pieces. So I took these little feathers that I cut from the holographic paper because, you know, lure shiny. Fish like shiny. Fishermen like shiny. And because I had put adhesive sheet on the back of it, it's already sticky, so I just peel that off and stick them down. Here we go. What did I say? Anytime you have to peel anything or tie a knot when you're live, it doesn't want to behave. Oh, behave. All right. This guy's going to have to wait if he doesn't want to behave. I wonder if I can just put adhesive on the back. Even though it's already got just for the demonstration purposes, it's already got sticky paper back there, so it's not going to stay probably. But that's okay. This one I cut in half. And I tied a little bit of that linen thread and just kind of stuck it. Sorry, off screen again. There I go. That's what happens when I zoom in. I zoom in so you can see better, but then I end up working off screen. Now I've already attached this pocket. I probably should have done this first, but I'm just putting some seal adhesive underneath. There. So we've got, it's like, you know, some fishing line. And then these guys, which I didn't cut with adhesive sheets, so they do need adhesive. They're going to go right over that, so like they're part of the equipment all ready to go. With the line there, and then hooks. We're going to put our hooks in, right? Every fisherman needs a hook. Thanks, Felicia. She says a straight hook helps. A straight pin. I'm using a hook. She's talking about pins. So I go with straight pin. Straight hook. So, yes, that does help with removing the backings. A straight pin, not a straight hook. Although a straight hook might as well. And so then, because I didn't bring the punch in, you guys get the idea, right? You saw how to cut the corners manually. So then you would layer this on the inside, and I also layered some copper clay as a mat there on the inside. I have all those measurements on the PDF. And then, through the magic of video, ta-da! Our little fisherman's vest is complete. But wait, there's more. Okay, so for those of you tuning in, we are using the Let's Go Fishing Suite today. And adorable. And you can catch the replay, if you want to see the paper and all the pieces that came in it, I have an entire sweet series of stuff to share with you guys. So let's start with accordion fold cards. So I made 2 accordion fold cards with it. Love this paper. And I even made I stamped these 2 pieces together before attaching them, so the fish kind of like looks like he's going across the 2 pages there. That's one. And then here's one with another pattern of the paper, and I did the same thing with the fish because I loved it, right? So that's accordion folds. But wait, there's more. We've been talking about tackle boxes. And this is, I got this idea actually from the catalog, the new catalog. This is similar, I changed it up a little bit, but I got the original idea and I used the wild wheat and the mossy meadow because that reminded me of like a tackle box that I have in my basement. And so added some of the fishing bobbers and lures and a tag there. So that was just a cute masculine card. And this is center pop-up cards. They're fun cards when you want a quick and easy fun fold. This is a great way to go. So that's a set of center column pop-up cards. And then wait, I took the domes. These are the wine bottle domes and the punch, and I punched out. So these waves are from the die set, but I used the wine bottle punch and the dome, and I literally put a little piece of paper in there, so it's really 3D, and even made it look like the bottle was green with some vellum and some sponging on the background. So that's my message in a bottle. Good things come to those who wait. Right? And I will have tutorials for all of these on the blog over this next week. And my last one to share for now is the pop-up, and this one I definitely need to come down to the table cam. This is the pop-up, can you see it? Pop-up explosion card with all of the little lures and fish. So this is this right here is like your tackle box at the end of the day, right? All of your little guys pop up and it folds flat. You can put it in an envelope, regular envelope, folds flat, but then when you open it, there's a big surprise inside. What? You got all these little fun pop-ups. So that is my series. You'll be able to get tutorials for the rest of those on my blog for the rest of the week. And I have instructions right now for that fishing card. You're going to want to head over to stampwithtami.com because you will be able to download the free PDF there that has all the measurements and instructions and even the supplies, including the trio punch that I used to make it easier for you. And you'll be able to take that blog hop and enter to win our giveaway, which is the birthday card organizer kit. So I hope that you've loved this class. I hope you've had a lot of fun with me. Thanks for joining me today. It means a lot. I love being able to share and craft with you guys, and thank you so much. I hope all the moms out there have a happy Mother's Day, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining me.